methodology in the Luingo Fernandez, Lee and Richard Sullivan study is very, very important. It's the best we can do just now. They estimated the total cost of cancer in the European Union, the 27 member states, in 2009 was 117 billion euros, which is an incredible amount of money. Not only is the incredible amount of money, but what interested me enormously in this wasn't just treatment costs. Only 36% that they estimated of this total burden was on treatment costs, but 36% were also on loss of work and premature mortality among patients with cancer. And that's an enormously important number. It's a number we didn't have in our heads before, and it's one that we've got to pay a lot of attention to. I don't think we should be setting up a competition between the costs of various diseases, because I think if we do that, politicians will take decisions which are not on the best interest of every patient. If they want to cut costs, let's cut the cost of breast cancer and lung cancer, but that's not going to do patients with breast cancer and lung cancer a lot of good. I really don't think we should go into that other and observe that the highest costs are associated with the most common diseases. In terms of the research methodology used, this is the best that there is around just now. They've taken everything into account, but the limitation to this and everything else is on the quality and the reliability of the basic data which they can abstract from individual governments and individual hospitals. So I really think that we've got to make determined efforts to make better quality data available, so that when you apply these state-of-the-art methodologies, you can get perhaps a more meaningful result. Cancer costs a lot of money, and I think we've got to, now that we know that, we appreciate it, we can continue to develop better estimates of costs, which I think are important. But at the same time, we've now got to move into a different field of trying to see whether we get the return for the investment in terms of the costs that we should be getting. And I think we've got to look at much more deeply about disparities in availability of diagnosis and treatment throughout Europe and the outcome of treatment in Europe. We always need further research, but I think at this point, we've got to be the research has got to be much more of a pragmatic nature, because now we've got to, rather than write reports and publish fancy papers, we've got to go and find out, really try and understand what return we're getting for this economic investment and how to maximise the return in terms of cancer survival and reducing mortality that we can get for spending this amount of money on cancer.